Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are joining us this afternoon. I can see people in Canada joining, people in Australia joining us. Yes, good one. You're welcome, you're welcome. Yes, quick one as usual. Let somebody pray for us so that I can start off immediately. Hello? Hello?
Good morning, Ambrose. How are you?
I'm very fine. Good afternoon, good morning, sir. Good evening.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Good
Somebody,
afternoon.
Yeah, let somebody pray for us. Let somebody pray for us.
In Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
We thank God for another opportunity to gather to learn about the stock market and other business activities. We thank you, Lord, for your son that you have been using to guide us in this respect. As we proceed, be with us in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
And whatever we learn, let us be able to apply it in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
In Jesus' name we have prayed.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I can see our friends in US. All of them are joining. That's good. That's good. Yes. Good afternoon all once more, and welcome to another section. As usual, we want to look at the chart, but before we go to the chart, we want to look at the market performance, which you know that we look at the daily charts because we are weekly traders. No few of us are daily, and because of commission, we're not doing daily much, and they were doing more of a weekly, monthly, or otherwise short term, medium term. But for those that are doing weekly trading, you need to look at your weekly chart first to confirm the direction, because weekly is 5 days, while daily you need to look at it to give you an insight, but that will give you the quickest sign for what we call signal and technical analysis to know what to do for the week. That is why we always start the daily chart in this class. Yes, but before I look at the chart, I will say that we saw prices of equity closing lower, for the week under review, and people are wondering why were the peak of earnings season market is not responding to numbers at all. I will tell you that in technical analysis of what we call the discount price or discount activities. Most of the stocks that we've seen that are not moving, that people have entered earlier, as the result is coming, they're not making 5%, 10% on it, and they are selling because they have entered early. That is why I always encourage us that we position ahead of the numbers. You don't want to see the number before you buy. And if that has been done before now, the only few occasions you say you have not made money, because the one that we're expecting, even though you do 10% a day or 5%, in addition to what you have made, you can only take profit depending on your investment objective. Like what I was discussing with my team yesterday, that I'm going to teach those that are coming to master class another strategy to take profit. We have seen that taking profit, and that we have not done well in this part of our market. Will depend on just selling everything you have in your portfolio to take profit. Some are practicing selling 50%, which is good. But at that master class, there's another technique technically we have discovered that will help you, to take profit at when you. And if you have a stock that has positive momentum to rally, there's no need of you selling everything. You can take your profit, gradually, small, just to make sure that you are in that stock. But all the fundamentals, all the technical sentiment, all the what we call chart patterns are all in favor of that stock. All you need to just take put and be taking profit, because instead of you jumping to the stock to another one that you are not sure, the one you have seen that everything is working for, is how you play that kind of stock. You don't sell attractively, rather you make it slow, exit this kind of stock. Yes, I was saying that for the week under review, we saw price of stock closing lower. At the same time, we experienced what we call a negative market breadth, seeing losers in the market more than the gainers, which I know you have seen. But the most important thing here is that we want to see where is the market going from here. Knowing that, there all cause seasonality. If you understand season at any time, that's how you play it. If you know that this time for rainy season, it's activity for rainy season. It's time for dry season, it's activity for dry season. For me, if you understand all this, you know when to be in a stock and when not to be in a stock. Because it is that seasonality that will guide you exactly. And also, if you are in a stock, because you have already your stop loss, you have a set goal, then it's your own style of taking profit that I would have said earlier that also determine what you get from that stock. I've said you take your profit slowly, but something must guide you. But the pullback we have just seen in the market, for me, will not send any money to anybody, but rather it's an opportunity for someone to buy into what we call fundamental sound stock that has also positive technicals and also positive sentiment. If you are in the right sentiment stock or that have good fundamental, also in the right sector, I'm telling you, you will not miss it. But when you are buying stock without having criteria to buy to do stuff, that is where you are moved up and down by the market. You know what the market is changing. You know the trend in the market. Even when the price structures change, you know. When the index structure change, you know. And you know sectors that you know that particular season is favoring. That is how also you should also look at your portfolio. How to follow the trend in the market. Like we know for the last 3 weeks, because of the conflict in in Russia and Ukraine, has changed a lot of things globally. For some market globally also trying to go in opposite direction with that trend, and also where our market here tried, but our market closed lower as a result of activities that happen within the week. And when there's a coincidence between the Eurobond announcement came and all those stuff, and at the same time we saw the economic data and the more earnings that we raise the market. You see, all these are factors that are supposed to support the market. It depends on how market interprets it and where market is looking exactly at that time. This information are coming to the market. That's why I said most time as a trader, you look at your chart because you are not trading the news, you are trading the chart because the chart will also reflect the news. You saw what happened when State Bank announced 70 kobo dividend. See how market treated that stock that's in the book. One thing that you know that in tech analysis, you will see the move. When I say, always look at your candlestick, either for 1 hour, for a day, for a week, for quarter. It will tell you what's happening and what is the sentiment or psychology of investor. You saw the panic sell-off, or let me say profit taking, I will call it, in Access Bank. He put the stock from as 10 naira 40 kobo to as low as 9 naira 50 kobo before bouncing back to close at like it tells that this are what market is now. People are looking at where is it happening, where is sentiment, before something to trigger those sentiments. That's why I say if you're not to invest with season, you always know what I'm saying. Especially as we are seeing the first quarter ending this March, towards the end of this March, we'll have also kind of call it the ultimate deadline for all the quoted companies that are December at year end that have released their unaudited, even though that we need unaudited to release their results on or before 31st of March. You see this another time, so you see kind of influence of results from next week and the upper week so that you understand what I'm saying. This will change the face of the market. Now that MPC meeting also is coming Monday and Tuesday next week. You see, when I saw the market in this direction, I closed lower. I'm not surprised because I know many investors are taking a lot of information they are hearing or trend to kind of adjust or taking profit, some kind of selling to go cash, case of trending, while some are using the opportunity to accumulate in those fundamental stock. It depends on your investment objective and how to understand the dynamics of stock markets. Because for that dynamic of stock market, it will tell you where things are going to and how to prepare towards it. Once you're able to hold it at the right time, I'm telling you, you go with the trend. And whenever you are going with the trend, you're always smiling. That's why in this class, I want to look at what the chart has done for the day and also for the week to give us an insight what we expect. Because I believe that we are seeing factors for the market, even though that what's it called, the players are not reacting to those things. You are seeing positive number, you are seeing a lot of surprises in the market. These are things that also guide you so that you know what to do at the right time. Yes, when the press release about the Eurobond came, see how the way market reacted to such news, and also it also reflected on the chart. We're playing to see exactly what is happening. These are things that also what are the implications of this kind of Eurobond that just that will just float at the government looking at it. Government, it says that government needs funds also to kind of support their expenses, to support the runnings of the economy. We know that our budget has always been on deficit for years, but now they need to show it up so that they can implement some of the projects in the budget, which is good. And they implement would also help us to strengthen our economy and add the kind of the expected impact of economic development in terms of road and other stuff to our economy, which is good for all of us. But the good thing is that as we speak now, I'll tell you that this one has two things to do. One, it will help us to show up our standard reserve. That means we're able to manage kind of little stability, in our naira. These are what we're looking at. That also kind of boost confidence to attract any foreign investment, because seeing that such a kind of fund, you can your reserve, you're going to push it up. That was also attractive for investment. But at the same time, too, with this kind of move, it also give you a signal that government is going to do less domestic borrowing this time. And that means that expected rise in yield people are looking at, it might not happen as expected fast like that. It suggests that if not going to rise that's as like that, I just suggest that there will be call a kind of a marginal influence on what on equity. Considering that inflation we saw for the month of February has given us a sign of uptrend, and also not only that, we have seen factors going to put pressure on the price of goods and services already. Says that if inflation continues in that direction, or also, as I said earlier in the last program we had yesterday, that is going to threaten what the returns was in the fixed income. It become more negative. That their real return become more negative because of rising inflation. But there are also some equity in the market that also used to hedge against this inflation. That's why I said it is how you flow with the market and your understanding that will help you. That's why this class we want to take you around there so that if you go out of the class, something will touch your portfolio at the end of the day. That's why we share all this. I believe that at the end of MPC meeting again, coming Monday and Tuesday, we don't expect them to rush into adjusting rate in Nigeria. Yes, we have seen much of the economies doing that recently. But because our climate is also a different one from them, we can't say because we want to tool the same direction, what they've done. Fine, there's a way we can copy, but not immediately because we want to look at our environment, where we are, what is happening, and where we are. Because if the economy is recovering, and if we are going to increase interest rates suddenly, the market want to kind of deflate what we have achieved in the previous step. That means we need to watch and see how this war is going to has impacted the prices of commodity. That now costs of importing them has gone high. Even locally here, some of them have gone high. It tells you if you are depending on more of imported goods, what you are going to be the result at the end of the day. Also, you're going to give us an insight again as we are expecting the Q1 number for April, which sector that this happened, all this rise in February now, what was going to impact positively on the good company numbers are going to remain in the up direction and or the green direction. These are the things we're looking at for they are part of what we discuss when we're looking at the sectorial activities during the master class. That's why we have to make time and attend, because we want to share all these things there so that you know exactly what to do. Like Kofi, we're looking at the great and the best strategies on how to trade in this volatile and unstable market. You understand his experience and the understanding of the market. You want to also share the strategies and how to take advantage of this volatility we're seeing in the market. At the moment, we're looking at technically. Why I also want to combine technical and the earnings to tell you what to do, because we have seen that being in the right sector and the right stock at any time, you always kind of know in the market. You will stay ahead of the market. But when you are following the market up and down, as we speak now, sorry to take you back. The masterclass Q1 will give them 5 stock. Out of that 5 stock, we're giving 3. I've given them more than 25% and above. One give them 51.72% for just less than 91 days. They are giving them stress signal for those trades. Another one give them 25.74 for within the 91 days. While another one, the last one gave them 35.57% for within 90 days. That's why another one is coming. Then out of the other 2, one is negative 10, while negative 6, sorry, while the other one is a return of 10%. They have not hit the target. We are also giving a sell alert on that one. But for what I mentioned, we are giving investors that have participated or call them mastermind traders opportunity to cash out. That's why you need to, because if you are playing the market, you need to know where to be, the kind of stock to buy. You must not play all stock. You must also be in the market at all times. But when you use time and put your second analysis going to help you or teach you or alert you, you should know exactly when to be in stock and not. And that's why I just look at this chart for us to explain now. This chart for me is what I want to use to explain both our weekly and daily chart so that we understand where the market is as we speak now. This is a weekly chart, as you can see. I want to change it to a daily chart so that we can start from there. This is a daily chart. Let me make sure you can understand. Let's make it clearer so you can understand. This is a daily chart now. See this chart? This market as at Friday. This line we are seeing, a red line, so called 7 days moving average. You use it to track your up and down of the market so that you know exactly when to stay in the market and when to exit the market. And when you see this trend line, if you have a technical tools that we are watching, the way we are showing it, you see this an uptrend. And when you can see that when the index is far from the line, it tells you that the market is stronger. It tells you that things are happening. When it's closer, it's also there. But once it crosses the other side, it's time for you to exit. Why as it crosses up again, it's time for you to enter. That means you know when to be in the market and when not to be in the market if you have your technical tools to guide you. But when you don't have this, you'll be guessing. You can see what happened here. This around the 21st of February. You saw the trend there, how they hello, can you hear me? Hello?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, yeah. You saw the trend here. That is your what we call NGX index action. How it crossed for 7 days moving average. I asked me why would you 7 days? That this is the shortest time. You can even go as using a 5 so that you can catch the market faster, so that you won't be hooked in any position. And the way you are using it here, this 7 days moving average, calculate it for individual stock for this one NGS now to know where the market is going. I told you earlier that when you see market direction, it has 50% influence on other listed equity because it tells you the general performance of the market. But some stock can also beat the market, but give you an insight exactly what is happening so that you can also know how to quickly take a decision, quickly know what to do at that particular time. That's why it's also very, very important. You can see here this trend here. I want to show you something. It rallied to touch as high as a 14,713 before it came down that same day. Now the next day it was kind of a pullback. But this pullback the next day it crossed down immediately. It was even when it tested here, it's sign of because yes, it's a bad back. But when it crossed down this line, tell you that the market is in a danger, or let me say it's a sign for sale. You now quickly drop back. And come back again. Wait. Once you see it crossing again here, you come in. Source time again, you watch. But when it got here, this is also a sign that market is not here and there or not. But here you can see another pullback. This is not that is the end of the market. Seeing this candlestick alone, it shows a sign that market has dropped as low, but it resisted going down in the round. It now depends on information or what will come out of the MPC meeting next week and other, as mentioned earlier, will influence the market to go up direction or to continue in this trend. But I see that we are seeing a kind of missed factor that will influence the market. For me, let's wait and see what happens. We are seeing the numbers that are released, market in respect to most of them, apart from the news of either bonus or this that no market moves with it. But other good numbers that appear the market, dividend payout was superb, market didn't react more to it. It's not because investors don't want to buy, but the major mover of this market are the PFAs, and they are taking position early, and they are watching what is happening in two markets. The fixed income market where they play and also the equity market where they can play faster and safer and look at where there's also good return. Like I always say that they won't cause secular flow of funds, looking for a higher place of return in the market. That's how it is in financial market anywhere in the world. But here we're seeing that with this bond that just came now, Euro bond, you see, is a given sign that government will depend on local borrowing now this year. And that means that's fast accelerator of rate of feed on NRIs also not be there. And that means this will have another influence on capital market positively, especially at we expect that the big boys will also increase their stake. When I mean boys, I mean the smart money will increase their stake when they see some results only for the new year. Knowing that at the end of this first quarter, we'll see the numbers of the companies for the 2020 financial year. That will now also form the kind of decision they will take. And don't forget that when all these PFOs, when they see results released to the market, they don't act the way you and I that are retail investor act. Or act, promptly, but they themselves, they will see potential in a company. They have to do research and ask to their directors to approve or their group of analysts to approve before they start buying. You can see that when stock like a press release that third quarter results, market didn't react to it, but people know that they are valued that kind of and the sector it is. And gradually you can see where they move from as low as 76 to where it is today. So it tells you that when you see good number, yes, you as a trader or analyst, that this number is good, that's where you enter ahead of it. Yes, I'm going to why I'm mentioning number that looking at the results that came from assets during the week. I said a lot of people have called me, this will not move the market. I said, yes, it will move the price, but I'll tell you numbers I'm seeing there also giving me more confidence on what this bank is capable of doing. You might not see this bank giving you that kind of dividend you're expecting now. Don't forget that this bank is acquiring building capacity. Building capacity, there was a way of them spending because they know that they need money to work to do more business. That's why when I saw the plot, I was not moved. I didn't say a unit of mine because I know that this bank has already that potential. I've said it earlier in the last discussion we did for live class on the online yesterday that this kind of number I tell you this bank is expanding because it is the bank that is already approaching 1 trillion turnover or gross earning, or what you call it, or gross income in Nigeria. In the banking sector, it's kind of volume for the bank. And that tells you also they are going somewhere. If you look down the numbers, you can see yes, their net income margin was kind of a decline from like around the 34.39 to 31.02. For their own net interest margin. But other trade are also boosted performance. We have seen that the bottom line also has moved from around the 106.01 to almost 160.22 billion. I mean, it also is a good one. As I said earlier, the top line, which is the gross income, is about 907.89 billion naira from 764.72 billion. This tells you that there is kind of business for this people. That means when there's less expansion and also able to cut the expenses, you can see that we're starting a kind of improvement in their profit margin. That means gradually, once all this, you can see that kind of payment we are seeing in other top names in the sector. This bank were already pitching into the top among the first 30 banks in Nigeria with their performance. For me, if the stock is selling below 10 naira and it belongs to this range, I don't see you, panicking that sort. It tells that with time, it will move to a level. A lot of stock in the market that has a good potential, but are not moving because of market situation. Don't forget that as what is happening in Europe and it's also happening a kind of panic selling trade pattern on our market. If you are seeing, the way we trade when the market, because I watch the market throughout, the week from day to day. I see the kind of some panic sell-off for activities for market to run again. They have to know those stuff. It tells that people are still afraid. That's why you don't need to panic at all. Just use your information and join us in all platforms to also learn on Twitter and also contribute. Also go back and implement the portfolio. It's that you will relax when you are investing. When you are investing on that panic, you are investing on that fear, you are bound to make a lot of money. But when you are investing with confidence, with knowledge, and with insight, your mistakes are few and your gain insight will be more. And that is how to invest. I see good number from assets. And subsequently, if you are there, you have not sold, I would also encourage you to hold your position. A bank as at there to speak now, end of the year, the book value is almost 30 naira, 29.47 from 21. You can see moving. That means I tell you, the company net assets move from about with almost 200% in just within 1 year. It's a good thing, and also that shows that the bank is also preparing for a bigger business. When you see this kind of capacity, you give an insight that this bank or this company is preparing for a bigger business. For me, if a company has potential to deliver, good for you in the future, I think that is the place you should be at any given time. For me, that is how I see assets. And the market pulling back, I said earlier, an opportunity for those to know that, especially those big dividend investors to buy into dividend stock and take position, especially this company that has fundamental to play with. And that is why at the end of the day, we still have some stock to share. But these are very few because we're going to watch most of the stocks that have entered the corner that their numbers coming to the market. Now, I'm telling you as we speak, and from next week, you see inflows of the earnings to the market. Yes, market might also react. It depends on the capacity. You see bonuses coming from here and there. Yes, one bonus has hit the market has not reacted because that company also activity is not too attractive. The fundamentals are not too strong in terms of earnings, but they are declaring a bonus of almost 1 for 15. What we call a transformation wide express. But market has not reacted to that stuff. But when you see a sweeter or a better bonus coming with the dividend, market will move to it. Tells you that there's something that market feed on. That's why I said if you are in those positions, those stocks for certain numbers to come, especially if you are fixing, you are in in total, you are in Presco. Last thing, if you can take profit, but I said it there. That's why the next master class is very, very important for you don't know to me, because how to take profit is very important. But because now in the market, we only know when to buy, don't know when to sell. It's a problem. We want to teach you now how to sell and you sell profitably, and you will remain a stock that has potential to take you. I'm surprised that one of my clients, who bought the Presco at 42 naira. He called me on Friday that it's not don't want to be greedy again. He want to sell half of it. I just laugh. Which he did more than 200% he has made on that. When I saw it, I just laugh. I say in this market in less than 2 weeks, 2 years, sorry, less than 2 years. Tell you that there's how you invest. What you see in the stock. It might not be moving up every time, but when you enter and those things that attract you, and also you are using your technicals to know. That's why that technical is very important. What attracts you, whether it's there or not, but if you are using technical to know exactly that momentum is leaving, know the party is over, you will know with your chart so that you know. But if your chart tells you that this stock is still strong, activity is there is still momentum, there is still positive sentiment, earnings are still looking up, you go in life position, you only take kind of profit. That is why you want to be like that. The lines, or we're going to a candlestick, we're going to teach, or we're going to share will tell you exactly when to take profit and when not to take profit, because I understand in our market, won't know when to buy, don't know when. That is why I emphasize on your stop loss and your what investment objective at any class I'm doing, because that is only way you can manage your hard-earned money. Because if you leave it to the market can take you up to smile. That's the market to break you down. That means you need to exactly know when to be in the market and when to exit the market. Once it is done, that'll be good. And also, don't forget that there's a new era in the market now because of the kind of I call it either regulation or a kind of law from Kama that this some shares that are allowed will be allotted, or most of the companies are not trying to convert into bonus. You saw the press, what it called, the board notification of Berger, and also that of Police Microfinance, that give you insight what they're likely to do. Because, and also why I'm going down to give you the figure of expected bonus for Police Microfinance, that the last price they did, I check it has not been factored into their number of shares I'm saying. And also we need to know that one for the before we now calculate the ones that they're likely to provide to bonus to kind of capitalize everything into their outstanding numbers of year. That's why, but I believe between now and Tuesday or Wednesday, I will be able to have finished, getting those because I will give you what I said. Like I said in Presco, we're likely to get 1 for 10 because desktop, their outstanding numbers of year together about 1 billion, 100 million shares. That means they have issued or outstanding of almost 1 billion. They have done left with about 100 million shares. If that's going to share, let's say we do it will be 1 for 10 terms of bonus to capitalize that, to add to additional shares to what has now become 1 billion, 100 million shares for Presco. The same thing will also be, most of the company might come up now, or some also leave it, and later they can do right issue and all those stuff. Those way of capitalizing so that at the end of the day, it will also be part of their outstanding numbers of share. For now, this is how we close the market review. That we can now look at the questions and answer we have. But before I finally have 2 minutes, let me quickly call up the weekly chart here so that you can see what I've showed you now on the daily chart. Let's look at the weekly chart because it's very, very important. Because I said the daily has given us insight. We want to look at what weekly is saying. If you look at this weekly chart, now the same 7 days average, you see what this line is telling you already. It's already speaking to me. If it's not speaking to you, you know exactly when to see the market. If you look at the market here, when it came down, it stayed down for like almost 2 weeks, like almost 3 weeks before it crossed up again and continue here. But as to speak, that's why the kind of side trending we're seeing now, which you can see here. These are weekly charts. You can see from here, market has tend to oscillating in this place. It has not broken down. This is a major what we call bullish candlestick, very strong. You can see here, market has not covered either down or rather, man, I expect to look up. For me, I can see market is trending here, but yet to break down. For now, market is resting on the 7 days moving average. A breakdown of this will give you a sign, which I've also explained how to do the sign that market has. Either for you, it creates another opportunity. When you see an uptrend market, you're buying towards the pullback. When our market is turning off, that pullback is about. We'll see the factors that will support the market after the FPC meeting are there, depending on the outcome of the meeting. But I've said it earlier, I don't expect that. Also, is what to see market up, especially if we have more positive information to get companies that we're looking. Their performance also supported the market. Oh, who is Mr. Olusegun? Mr. Olusegun. No? For me, that is the way it should be. There's no cause for alarm. I can tell you that the market is there just for those income investors. Any pullback opportunity to get more dividend at the end of the day. Yes, I said earlier, this I will also close the market review. If you have question or addition, want to share information with us, feel free to share before going to stocks to look at for the week. Yeah. Hello. Okay, your hand is up.
Hello.
Yeah, Ms. Biola, your hand is up, ma. Can I ask your question?
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambrose, and we always thank you for this good effort you put in. I just want clarity on what you said about Julius Berger, and I think someone has already asked that question on the group chat. What should we expect from Julius Berger?
Yeah.
Are they doing bonus?
Okay, I said earlier that in the publication they sent to the, to the NGX, to the investing public, that they are meeting to approve their dividend. At the same time, likely bonus will come because they want to capitalize their on how they call it. They say what they use in accounting. Those shares have not been become outstanding numbers, but it's among their authorized shares, but still not in the outstanding numbers of shares. They want to also make it outstanding. That means they want to give that bonus to their shareholders. If you look at the quantity that is there, when I did my mathematics, but they didn't give us official this one to board, it results to 1 for 10 bonus if they plan to do bonus from that remaining outstanding numbers of shares. Because I said earlier that they have 1 billion and 1 billion 100 million shares, and now to speak, the outstanding numbers of shares that have been issued is 1 billion. They now have what is left now is 100 million shares. When you do that, that will give you 1 for 10 bonus. But if that comes also from the company, it's also big a push for the price, depending on the dividend that were added to it. Yeah. Hello, ma, are you there?
I'm talking about Julius Berger, not Presco. I think you just referred to Presco now.
No.
Julius Berger.
Okay, Julius Berger. Julius Berger.
Yes,
No. Julius Berger is more. I think Julius Berger that we're expecting their earnings. Okay, let me read the question because I'm asking on Presco. Sorry, ma. Thank you for that. Let me go to the dashboard and see the question here. Should we expect a bonus issue from Julius Berger based on the new? Yes, it's possible, but don't forget that this company has given bonus almost twice in last 3 years. They gave 1 for 5 and 1 for 99. In less than 3 years. I don't know. Again, with this information, I can now go and check if they have on issue share that can be possible to convert. We know. But if they are giving bonus for almost like 3 years, in 3 to 4 years space, 2 times, for me, I don't see them giving another bonus. They have strong earnings to pay dividend now that will support the price than giving bonus. It depends on the new law, as just in this new KAMA rule. If they want to capitalize, fine, but let's wait and see. But I believe on the strength of their number, I expect them to pay good dividend. For this new rule, we don't know company that will provide their own immediate with bonus. But I tell you, the move I've seen, the kind of information from Presco and the Police Microfinance is possible. But we have not seen this from Julius Berger. But if they go ahead and do this, that would be nice. That will also go a long way to support the price of Julius Berger. Yeah. Hello. Have I answered your question, ma?
Hello, Ambrose. Good afternoon.
Hello, ma.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello, Ambrose. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. For this week we've seen rally on UAC. Is there any information? Is there any dividend information, or what is actually driving that rally?
Yeah. When it started, two of our clients in this forum called me, which I also called to follow up. I didn't see any tangible reason why it's rallying. But I believe whether somebody is increasing, I've asked people from them, nobody has given me information. But on the strength of the earnings I'm seeing at the third quarter, it's not the dividend expectation is driving this stock. Because I don't see them paying 120 they paid last year in this current financial year. That means it's beyond a dividend expectation or earnings expectation. Yeah, but as we speak now, I don't have major factor that is driving the price as we speak.
Ambrose,
Yeah.
Ambrose,
Yeah.
You need to do extra work. Go and extract all those companies that their fully paid share is not up to authorized shares. Since they were given the privilege to do that on or before 31st, 2022, be rest assured, quite a number of companies may likely go in to do what Presco did. Allocate the authorized share differences from the issue play and give it as a bonus. They may give it at the end of the year, like what Presco did. They may decide not to give it now. There is nothing wrong for giving bonus, You don't need to call for AGM even later days. And I think probably that is what is moving the UACN, hoping that they may combat their the difference unissued share. They may decide to combat it into the bonus. So what I want you to do next week, go and check all those companies. What are their authorized share capital, and what is the issue? What are the differences? This will be the yardstick that everybody should shine his eyes, including those who decided to pay dividend without bonus. Because the period is still up to December, and they can do it at any given time. And you then need to get audited account to do that, because it's your reserve. It's just taken from the left hand, giving it to the right hand. At any given time, they can do it, and all they need to do to call EGM through the Zoom, and be rest assured the shareholder will do that. So investors should watch out for all those companies that have differences between the issued and authorized share capital. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, as you just said, my colleague have called me before that by before 2, he will send some that one. Even he's working already on police microfinance for. But as we just said now, in our subsequent meeting, we'll discuss it so that we can really it out and share it on different days. But also, you can also reach my research team so that we can also get it to you as if you need it. Or I'll discuss a few of them on the subsequent class, as I like you just said. But if you need it, you just let us know and also send it to you, as a small token for those guys and research team. We'll do that for you, sir. No problem. Yes, more answer or question, addition to what Alagi has said, you are free to go ahead.
Okay, Ambrose, on that UACN, based on what Presco did, I don't really have the actual numbers, but the unissued shares is very, very insignificant to have warranted that massive rally. Probably there may be some other information. Now that Alhaji is in the house, I want to find out, with regards to the current trend plus the inflation, because we have hyperinflation plus this high cost in AGO, which we know majority of the manufacturing companies, even the banks, uses AGO. So what is the likely impact on this on the first and second quarter? So we know it's not going to be too impressive. So what are the likely areas that likely look into?
Okay, for this question, I think I said it during my market review that because of the what is happening in Europe, the imported raw materials has gone up, and for us to invest wisely, we want to look at which sectors in our economy here that what is happening to even with the high cost of energy prices we are seeing going to affect more. Don't forget that there are some companies that movement of their product alone with all this high diesel price going to affect the movement of their share of their product. How is going to affect business? We want to look at sectors that do not be affected much, which also will be part of what we're going to discuss in a certain like that you will know sectors that will benefit from all this. There's a sector that rise in wheat price, in commodity oil going to impact some negatively, why is going to impact some positively. We want to see who are the net beneficiaries or losers from what is happening. For me, it's a good one. In my next class, I will prepare and let you know. But for now, I can say that oil sector will benefit from the price of crude oil. Even pulling back now has gone back to 107. For me, and also if you look at the sectors of which you know that they also kind of they can export their crude oil. If you see that as to speak now, biofuel is on a sky. It's very scarce now. Malaysia is not meeting up, with their quota. A lot of competition. That means that if the oil sector here, what I mean, the palm oil here also is doing well, they can export it, going to be an advantage on their performance. Those are the ones I can mention now, so that at the end of the day, you can sit down and give you which set of benefit of what is happening today and what is happening as we speak. So that at the end of the day, from now to April, we are going to see the first quarter, which sector their first quarter will look good. And this is why in the coming master class, we're going to do all the first quarter for the companies for 5 years. We're going to see which one has the trend that is going up every first quarter. That will also tell you these are companies that are expecting their results in April. These are the ones that will spread that the result also will be good. This part of what we're going to discuss. But if Alhaji is in there now, can also add to it if I have any setup. But this setup, I know that one benefit from it. Why the high cost of wheat and the and maize and all those imported raw materials will affect some manufacturing sector. That means either their prices will go up. When prices go up, demand for the product will drop. There are some goods that when you increase prices, consumers will also reduce. But there are goods that when you increase prices, that's why high price, for them the elastic demand. The rest of the high price, there will still be demand for such goods. Don't forget that once you increase price, demand will drop off. Depending on the nature of your service or your goods. When you increase price, demand will still remain on that level. That's why I said if it's allergy still there, I want to add to it. But I believe that this steady sector I've mentioned will benefit. One will be kind of a loser. The two other ones will be what benefit for what is happening globally and even locally here.
That's good.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, okay. Well done, sir. Thank you for your analysis always. Please speak on Honeywell and secondly on Fidelity. On that Fidelity, we hope what happened to Access that we were disappointed will not also happen to Fidelity because there's much expectation from them now. I can see the share price has risen up to 3 naira. So can you speak on those two shares?
Yeah, for Honeywell, let me start from for Honeywell. I've said it in this class often, and I'm still going to repeat it again. Honeywell has a good opportunity to give you money in a shorter time. But I believe things are looking direction we expect from the regulators and from the companies and merging together. That means if you are in those stocks that you want to hold your position, I will encourage that you should go ahead and hold. But if you have made money, like I said, it's a strategy of taking profit, that you want to take profit, nothing stop you. If you want to jump in at this price, you are free to enter because in shorter way, on a short long, you want to make money from that company. It's not only earnings that drive price. There are some positive news that comes to the market and drive price. That means if news we expect from either from Flour Mill, from Honeywell, as regard their merger talks and moves, if it comes to the market moment from now, it will change the face of the stock. First of all, then before we'll now be talking of whether the global economy happening will impact the sector or not. But I believe every investor will look at where there's positive sentiment and where there's an option. I always tell you that in equity investment, there are 3 things that always guide you. One, when you see positive sentiment, you see a strong number that are looking up, and at the same time you see volume that are going up. When you see these 3 things in any stock, you should know that it's a pointer to where the stock is going so that you know what to do at any given time. Yeah. For Fidelity for me has shown strength all this while. Numbers of Fidelity has been good. And that number will also support good payout. Don't forget that this, as you just said, you mentioned Access, and Access is not Access making. It's what CBN will approve for you. You can recommend dividend and send to CBN what they recommend you pay. And also it depends also the category of where some of your what we call the parameter where they are. Those parameter or those metrics of CBN before they allow you to pay higher or lower. If for each bank their Fidelity is okay in the CBN ratios and all those they can afford to pay higher dividend that also move the price. But if not, I tell you that this company earnings as a third quarter, even at our unaudited, is strong for us to give us at least from almost a 1 naira something to give us 30 kobo. If CBN even 27 kobo, for me, it's not a bad one. The part of if they pay more, good for the bank, but also want that the bank have a consistent in dividend payment. And don't forget that as the market is now, it's a trigger, the positive information that will move the price up. So what move price of price to where it is. And so you saw also the 10% gain for police microfinance. There's positive information underneath. That is, we need that thing to also to come from Fidelity. If CPN approve 40 kobo, hey, you catch fire. If they approve 30 kobo, so to support the price. For me, let's just wait. We have seen a good fundamental and also a good volume Fidelity. That people that volume was seen and positive sentiment Fidelity. That's that there's something going for the bank. Just stay patient to see the number if you are there. You want to jump in, like I said, they will have only just few stuff for today because we're already in Fidelity and some stuff. We're waiting to wait to see their number because I know between now and 31st of March, more number will be in the market and that will change the face of the market again with other outcome of the MPC meeting and others. But for me, if you have Fidelity, I will not advise you should just jump out, just hold your position and watch. If you want to enter if you are an income investor, but if you're a trader, I don't see how far you go, depending on the payout. That means you need to watch. If you're a trader, you are entering now, keep that your surplus and your your profit target reasonable. Don't overthink. You want to make 30% at this point. You make 15 to 18 good for you and come out be able to enter a trainer and it touches 340 or 350 depending on the pay out. But you can try it, but you don't enter such position now with all your capital. You buy what stage to see, because when you go against with that, it was small capital that you last off, you don't feel it much. But when you are dumping fully and the expectation is not met, when you turn back, it's very, very painful. Yeah.
Yeah, Ambrose, I actually sent a message in the chat group regarding a UCAP. I don't know if there's you can look at the question or just say rightly the future of UCAP after the dividend and the markdown. Thank you.
Okay, I will tell you the life of UCAP. Let me start on the life of UCAP, the life of Vitafoam, life of ETI, life of fixing has made me to go to study another way of taking profit in some stocks. Before now, DTB had this trend that UCAP is trying to develop, but we can't say it's a trend right yet because this is the first time. The second one, it went down. The first one, it went down. But this time, that same day, the market down. It came that day. So I think that you is resisting to go further down. I want to leave if UCAP repeat it like another 2 years and go it. But for now, on the strength of the buying sentiment in UCAP at this time, and also the number was saw that delivered the one applicable. I think that between their third quarter result and the full year result, there's a great performance that supported the UCAP number, and that has been a trend from their Q1 to the full year. If that trend is sustained in 2022, I see that the sector where they are playing, nothing has changed, and the expansion they are doing also with the bond they are using to expand their business, that is remaining intact in UCAP. That being said, it tells you that the top going down from here, is very slim. And if their Q1 come in April and it's good, positive, going to move the price higher. For me, I would say it's a stock for you to hold. Don't jump out if you are there. Even though you are taking your dividend, watch that stock and see. Especially look forward to their Q1, number first before you take a decision. That's why I said any season has a way of shaping, a price of stock. That's why I say play anything, trade any season, because that's the way the period on the time you see momentum in the market. Everybody wants to see what is our position is doing. That is where PFS will now spot out a company that has fundamental good numbers. It starts kind of accumulating gradually in that position. That's why you have to look for a good earnings. Also look at what I mentioned earlier: good volume and good technical, positive technicals, and good volume in terms of sentiment. And all that will be long. For me, as I answer the question, UCAP has future, can also hold on to UCAP. But I believe at the end of the masterclass that are coming on Saturday, the participants will see how to take profit, which they will also be practicing. Those that will have the technical tools, they have it. Even the one I use for Life Plus, if you want to get this one, so you can know how to. If you have these tools, I'm telling you, your portfolio will not remain the same because you know exactly what to do. You are not following just bandwagon. You are looking at the sentiment of the people, their behavioral pattern, their psychology. It will help you also to protect your capital. Guys, at the after coming masterclass, how to take profit, will be said, and what you see will not run away from the market or exit prematurely in your position. Because most of us, when we are made 30%, we want to sell everything down. If you see a stock that has good strength, good potential, you can take it. Even though you are taking 15% profit, you are not selling everything you have. Even when you have money, buy, because you see opportunity in that stock, you can average up to when you are taking profit, depending on your investment objective. Because everyone has that every month is what I want to make. If you make such in your stock, you can take that profit and leave that stock. You can still deliver that same return again in the next day, because every investment is against the future. It's not for today, it's against tomorrow, and tomorrow is against the future. For that, I see future in UCAP. If you are there, for your position. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And my second question is, I await your time to be able to create the APT account we both discussed. I know you've been very, very busy, and I've tried to send somebody to you. I will so much appreciate it if you can find time to help me create that account so that I can also trade online. Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. By God grace, don't remind me on Monday. Even though I'm not I'll call them so that they can prepare the board. Let your brother come with those documents. I told you that we need to hold those documents early. Sorry, house.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have them with me.
Okay, no problem. You can scan them.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Another question or addition? Any addition?
Hello, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Based on the result that the Access Bank brought to the market and the investors' reaction of disappointment to SIM, so do you still think that our target of 13 naira can still be met in Access Bank?
Our target is achievable. I will tell you that, but not immediately. You said so that market reacted to it. The company has shown strength already, despite market reacting to the payout. Payout might not be pleasing to the investing public, but the bank has two capacity. They are mature stock, value stock, at this time they are growth stock. And this characteristic, you give different priority. For a growth stock, you don't pay dividend or the way the market expects you. But for a value stock, you can pay dividend. Consider they are in between. They are value stock, they are also a growth stock. If you have patience enough in the Access Bank, it's going to smile. I will tell you that after you apply your technical analysis, your fundamental, another thing is very important is patience. I see potential. I will say take your dividend and hold on. Let's watch. Unless this war in Russia and Ukraine will go more than this year, even more than 6 months, or even before the middle of this year, before we not say this war is going somewhere. But the way it's going, I know that they will soon solve it. Fear will also drop to a level because people are afraid of another recession globally because of the war. But if able to sort themselves out, I think things will turn good. For me, if you're in assets are true cost strength. I will tell you that. Hold on your assets, take your dividend and what. Unless you see another opportunity that you want to sell, come back again. Fine. That's why I want to teach that how to take profit with some stocks, not in the common master class. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Ambrose, in the same vein, sir. What about WAPCO? It nosedive after announcement of dividend, and most of us are caught in between. Is there any hope again that it will come up?
These are market surprises at times, and there are times the surprises are not pleasant. At times it's pleasant. But you can see this is a company that has done extremely well. I will tell you, company that moved their earnings per share from around 1 naira 18 kobo to almost 3 naira 11 kobo, and they pay out dividend of 2 naira. But market is not satisfied for that same year, and they treated this stock like this. I will tell you, if I'm patient in this kind of stock, we'll make profit because as we speak now, the government and everyone want to drive our economy because of our social gap, and also they've increased the price of their product. It's a plus for that sector. For me, if you're in WAPCO, I would say who your position, there's potential for WAPCO. But let's do that. Those people like me, at times, even though when I'm still, if I see this kind of opportunity, I leave that kind of fund there and look for but the opportunity that you leave when you go out at a loss, when it's going up, you have lost your money, become a problem. Always also let your stop loss guide you. Your stop loss is an authority fine. Just if you're a long-term investor, you don't need to panic. I see potential in WAPCO. Our advice, if you are there, if you are wait, unless it's something very urgent I want to say. If not, our advice will go your WAPCO. There's potential. WAPCO have said that we have seen that all their debts have been kind of settled. Now, yes, they are optimizing their operation, which I know, but as we speak now, they are still making profit and they are still giving you good dividend. So it's like patient.
Hello,
Hello,
Mr. Ambrose.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ambrose.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Please, what's happening to livestock?
Livestock.
That's terrible.
Yes,
Livestock is market sentiment. Don't change that stock to that level. You can see the result that coming from that sector is good. Apart from the business of livestock, is a bit different from palm oil business. But I would say it's market sentiment. The price has gone as low as almost 150. Let's see if this price will be another attraction for new entrants. But also, market is looking hard to see their number. I said earlier, for almost 5 years, they will not pay the dividend. If you want to pay dividend, invest. And now we're seeing rally in the major stakeholder in that company. Let's see what we're going to do because they have a major share in livestock. Let's see what they do between now and 31st. Whether they are paying dividend for livestock. Livestock, I'll tell you that it's not only you. It went against all our expectations. But nevertheless, it's a stock that is in a better sector that wants to need to work. Let's just see the result first. But if you have caught your loss at this before now, I would say kudos, fine. But if you have not caught your loss, you are still in a position. I would advise there now. Just wait to see the final result.
Good afternoon.
But can we buy now?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sometimes ago, I don't know whether Alaji is in the house.
Okay.
Sometimes ago, Alaji promised us that he will come back for Odohando when he discussed with the NGX the way Orlando is behaving in giving us information about their company. And he said he has delivered the message, but the NGX said they will come back. They will come back to give Alaji the feedback. I don't know. We've never had any feedback.
Okay.
That is one. Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Two. When we look at it critically well, are the banks not having surplus shares that they will give as bonus as time goes on?
Which one? The banks?
The banks. All their banks.
Go ahead.
Because all this Presco and microfinance and all this that have excess shares, are the banks not having? GTCO, the Access, First Bank, and everybody, UBA.
Okay. But like what you just said, I will confirm, but I'll tell you, most of the banks have already enlarged share capital. If they have anything remaining, we'll check. But for all those other companies that are sharing issues is very small, he paid them most this time. But let's see for banks. Banks have stopped giving bonus for a long time because of enlarged share capital. If they go into it, it's going to further dilute their earnings. But let's see how it goes for the banks. We'll find out.
In that case, they should give us better dividend then. Yes. If they have any excess shares, they should give us in dividend.
The bonus, no wahala.
Yes.
No problem, sir.
So is Alaji in the house?
Yes, Alaji in the house. I think I can see Alaji in the house. Yeah. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello. Alaji is not answerable. I can see.
Why waiting for Alaji?
Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Ambrose,
sir.
Can you talk to MRS? What's your view on MRS?
MRS. Yes, as we speak now, I've not done my fundamental analysis. You know, I combine the two, fundamental and technical. But technically, let me look at MRS as we speak now, so I can know the position of MRS. But fundamentally, I can't give you the figure, but I know of total, I know of their plant numbers are impressive, you know, and that of Conway, their last for I can't figure it, but it might be, but I can't have the figure. But let me look at the chart of MRS. Let's know what is happening there. Hello. Yeah, I will tell you from what I'm seeing here, the chart of MRS not looking too good. But let's see. Hold on. Right. You can see the stock here, the chart here. And see, you know, after this stock, I'll tell you this stock is not volatile, it's not trendy. Let me do that language for you to trade. It's a stock that is a trend for a long time. I mean, if you're this kind of stock, volume is a problem here, and also the price movement is also not too good. They might come with good earnings or good payout. But as we speak now, as at Friday, you can see that it's a set now already. All the indicators are looking down, they're all looking down. But let me quickly look at the weekly chart of this stock. Give me, you can see the weekly chart. They have been in a downtrend. Even when others in the sector try to talk like Etana and others, total, but can see that, and corn oil, but this MRS has not been moving. Well, I have to look at their fundamental, but technically it's not looking quite good now for both weekly and daily. It's not looking good, sir. Yeah.
Please,
Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Are you coming? I didn't hear you.
What hotel, sir? Ikeja Hotel.
Ikeja
Hotel.
Yeah, Ikeja Hotel. Yes, I've heard you. Ikeja Hotel, like I just said earlier, when I don't have a fundamental of a company, but I look at the technicals now to see what they have in that stock. Ikeja Hotel, the sector, we know that they had a setback, during the COVID-19, but before now they are all breaking out gradually. Let's see the Ikeja. They saw the number from Transport Hotel. Well, let me see what would happen in Ikeja Hotel. Yes, if you want to enter access, I want to buy access, what entering price go? If you get access between 920 to 970, it's okay for me. Yeah, get access between 920 to 970, it's a good buy. 920 to 970. Yeah. Let's quickly look at this Ikeja Hotel before it because our time is back friend.
Hello.
Wait, I want to look at this Ikeja. Just hold on. Let me call the chart of Ikeja, but I don't have the fundamentals to speak now. Let's look at the Ikeja Hotel chart and see what is happening there. Yeah, you can see Ikeja Hotel now. You can also see the movement. This is a daily chart for Ikeja Hotel. Almost the same pattern we saw in MRS. You can see for me this kind of stuff. They move once in a while, not so that I say they are trending. You can see the kind of trending, before any move either up and down. For me, it's not too good to play this. You can see there was a trend here. So when information from market can react to it, but subsequently that the trends are not good enough. But let's also look at the weekly chart before all in the last chart. You can see the same downtrend back here. Let's just see what we can do on this stock. But for me, it's not looking good at all. And see, just stay away for this stock for now. Okay, if you have any information, you can think. That's why there's a mistake technical say that once it's entering the stock here, whereas pulling back, and my beat also trying to turn bearish. For me, let's exercise patience and see what goes on. Just watch, but don't jump in at this price. That's why the pullback that we saw recently. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Ambrose.
Yes,
Ambrose.
Sir.
What do you say about eternal oil? That is one. Secondly, UBN. Are they going to declare dividend for us before they tell us about their being taken over?
For UBN, let me start from UBN. And I don't have information on whether they will declare dividend, but on the strength of their number, their Q3, they're having a meeting around March 29 or March 27. The outcome of the meeting will know whether they'll give dividend now. On the strength of their number, they should give dividend. Don't forget that in the last 2 years, between 25 to go flat. Let's see if the company the new buyer will want to do more. We have not seen their final result. Let it come and see what them for internal oil. I just said internal oil that the stock that is trendy, it moves ups and down in internal oil. That the stock that you can buy up and down. Especially those that are attended as master class, you make money in internal class, right from the last year second quarter master class. It moves ups and down, it rallies and comes down. A trendy stock like that can be, stock that you can watch. Especially if you see a trend moving up on time with your chart, the stock you can buy because they have found that pattern of up and down. So like what the NGX tried to form again, 13.25 come down to 21. If that trend is sustained in NGX, because NGX did not declare dividend for 2021, but see, we are seeing a pattern that's continuing up and down, go to 25, come down. If that trend continues, that means NGX is one of the stocks also who trade this market in and out often. If you are using charts to trade, the chart trader or call it a technical trader. That's the way I see it. Yeah. Okay, for the stock.
Hello, Ambrose. Yeah. Hello, Ambrose. Please, yeah. I want to know your position on GTCO. Is it still advisable to buy GTB? And what are their chances of recovery after the markdown?
Yeah, for GTCO, if you are an income investor, I would say you can look that way. But for trader, I want you to confirm the pullback first. Let them adjust down. Because last year, when they marked down, it did sustain it. That normally have that when they mark down in that Saturday. Last year, that trend was they know who. It tells you that markets also looking that way. I don't see it jumping up after markdown immediately. That means if you're a trader, don't jump in now. Let those that are taking dividend take their dividend. When they mark down, I will confirm an uptrend after markdown, either before the QY, after the markdown, or after the QY, you see a number that will support the trend and start buying. But to jump into the GT for traders now, I will not advise. But for income investor, go ahead and buy.
But in addition to that, you know that GTCO, majority of us that bought the shares were at a loss by now. So we don't know whether it's going to improve that we can be able to bail out. Because somebody who bought it at 30 naira cannot bail out at this present price.
What you will do, like I said, he said that if you're a long-term investor, time will tell. Exercise patient, take your dividend and wait. Or unless you're a trader that goes in and out, without what cost, a trader cannot wait that stock to drop from 30 naira to this price without doing something. Well, no. I believe if you're a long-term investor, that's why we are still waiting. What you bought for, when it's at 28 naira, then it would have hesitated. But let's see what happens for those that are traders. Let people back first. Let them mark down first before you jump in. For income investor, take your dividend, because consistency in dividend payouts is there. If you are the type that need income that come 2 times in a year, you can get it in GTCO. That's why I say a retiree that comes to me, that kind of stock advise them because they need to survive. Yes, they might have to portfolio for trading, but let them have the one that give the regular income in terms of this dividend and all, so that they can sustain their lifestyle. Thank you and God bless you. Let's look at the stock for the week before we round up the class for today. I said that the stock that we're going to hold, so that you can get me that the stock we are holding, we're taking a position already in Fidelity. Hold your Fidelity. For UCAP, hold your UCAP until you see the result. Then the stock I want us to buy, if you are not in again, it's just only one stock for this week. So go and buy Transcorp. Don't have Transcorp. Transcorp at 14 naira for me, for 1 naira 40 kobo, the stock that you should buy. We don't know what result will come, and we're hearing all this bonus. I know that their share issue is large already, but let's see how they reward in terms of profit they have made. It's only cash problem. I know that they don't have cash because of their kind of business with the government. But I know that the result that will come from Transcorp will be more than what we saw the previous year. It might be another factor that will drive the price. And don't forget that they're into utility. Yes, but see, we have not seen any part of this. Also, we know that they're into oil. They have not given us, what they are doing in oil, but all this will play out in Transcorp, even now and going to the future. For that, I would advise that at this price of 114 kobo, anything below 120 in Transcorp, you are not doing any mistake. You can go ahead and buy Transcorp. Yeah, Transcorp is only stock we are taking for this week. Then we are watching Fidelity, we are watching UCAP, we are watching Presco, we are watching WAPCO. These are the stock we are watching. We know that by Monday, UP will be marked down. Yeah, just then when UP is marked down, then we can now look at the price and advise to jump away. Let them mark down stock. When they mark down, before you can enter your. But for now, take position in Transcorp. I know we are most of the stock already. Let's watch our position. The only position I know that you can acquire more is police Transcorp. Police microfinance. I know that before now I recommended it for us on this platform. Now we are seeing an uptrend. Hold your position on to also give a sell signal. Fidelity is a good one to just hope to see the outcome of the result. Yeah. Okay.
Transcorp. How far can it go?
Transcorp.
14.
Well, I see that if you buy Transcorp within this price of 115 at 130, 128, you can make more than 15%. You can come out. It depends on your investment objective. But if you want a long-term investor for that, you don't need kind of like they're part of good stocks. Transcorp is one of the good stocks in the market. That's why they are paying you all this coupon. When they start getting paid dividend is a company that has good capacity to pay bigger dividend in the future. But for those that are traders, if you make anything between 15 to 18%, you can come out immediately. But those that want to hold, also depend what will come out at their dividend plus. Yeah, on this note, this is how we do the cutting for today.
Transcorp.
Yeah, Transcorp.
Sorry, Mr. Transcorp. Sorry, Mr. Ambrose. Transcorp, I always find that it's very difficult for that stock to rally because as soon as it moves, because a lot of people are holding it, and as soon as it moves, you just see offers immediately.
And that is because it's a penny stock, but when it sustains a trend, positive trend, it will go far. Because it's a penny stock that people want to. When the movement comes, it will move faster because it's a penny stock. If you're in that stock, also that's why you have to trade with trend, especially look at your chart. Where is the resistance level? Where is the support level? Once you touch there, until it break out, you know, once you touch there, you also sell to take profit. When you break out, you know, people that are there will still hold with a good volume. Watch your technical analysis, but I'll tell you there is potential for Transcorp. Yeah, somebody just called me now. Oh.
Bruce.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
Please, what about ETI? What should we do with ETI?
Yeah, ETI is hold now. Hold. I didn't mention it. Hold your ETI. Hold your ETI. Yeah. Yeah, let somebody quickly pray for us. For those that have paid for their masterclass, we appreciate you. I expect that more will pay before the early bird window will expire. I think this is not tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, let somebody pray for us in the house.
Hello, sir. If we pay for the early bird today, are we going to call you?
Yes.
We want to go and pay through the POS today.
No problem, sir. Yeah, I'm call.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Madam Bruce, when is this thing expiring?
The
master class, the discount, when is it?
20th, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
20th, yes.
No contraction for extension till Tuesday.
Okay, for those in the house, let's leave it till Wednesday. I will do something.
God bless you.
Is it 45 or 48 for early bets? Is it 45 or 48?
48.
He said 45. He has considered to 45 now.
No, 48. I never consider it's 48.
45. Gambu.
People that are paying in the house, they're more than even 20. They are paying 48. If I take
Ambrose, you consider to
45.
Go and register your shares in NGX too, so that we can buy.
Okay, sir.
Because you are becoming too Ijebuish.
Okay, sir. I will do that very soon.
So thank you for accepting 45. Oh.
You know that it's 48, no problem. We are just for the next one. Let somebody pray for us. But I send it in Wednesday, no problem. Wednesday, the last day, yeah. Let somebody pray for us. Yeah. Hello.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Father Lord, we thank you for this program. Father, we thank you for the man you are using to bless us. Father, we pray that you shall continue to strengthen him. We pray that you shall continue to be with him and his family. Father, Lord, you shall continue to enlarge his post knowledge-wise. Father, we pray that next week we'll be able to learn more. And for the ones we have learned this week, Father, let us put it into practice next week. Father, we pray that make it possible for us, give us life to be able to witness what will happen this weekend and next week when we will converge again. Thank you, everlasting Father, for in Jesus' mighty name we have prayed.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Enjoy your weekend. See you next
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrose.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrose.
Thank you, sir. It's out to the family. Enjoy your weekend. See you. Yeah.